Gamers, you got me laughing today. You got me laughing. That thread on my subreddit where one of the comments was when the class war happens and you have to unalive NL. And then someone replied, we're adults here, you can say kill. And then they said, when the kill war happens and you have to unalive NL. That got me fucking good, man. That got me real good. It was the old Reddit switcheroo. I don't understand the title. Georgia O'Keeffe made paintings that look like, they look vaginal. So it's like, what if you went into Subway and you're like, oh, damn, you better not have that freaky ass sandwich artist working today. And then you walk in and you're like, oh, I got a foot long pussy on wheat. Sorry, that's gross. Can I get a foot long pussy on Italian herbs and cheese, please? The old Reddit switcheroo, man. The old Reddit switcheroo. It works every time, dude. It literally never doesn't work. No, I did not see the online discourse about 100 men versus a gorilla, but I did see the first 2 episodes of the Rehearsal season 2. And I feel like we're witnessing one of the great artists of our time at work. Some incredible stuff going on in the Rehearsal season 2, man. Also, shout out to Canadian Idol, man. I knew I wasn't the only person who remembered it. It's from you, Vic, huh? That makes sense. He's got Victoria energy positive, not Victoria energy negative. Victoria energy negative is like someone who moved there 18 months ago complaining about the mainlanders ruining anything when they're a mainlander. He was grinding in Halifax. We respect that, man. We respect that. Why did I think Victoria's French? Perhaps because of Les Montreal Victoire, the PW, Le HLWP, Loki, des filles professionnelles, team, équipe, dans les Canadiens Français. Perhaps? What do you think about that? You vote today? Nah, I gotta do it. I gotta do it after the stream. But that should only take like 6 or 7 hours, right? Do it now? No, this shit's open late, man. 2 p.m., I'm bringing a sandwich to the line. You can come say hi. What is this virtue signaling nonsense? You can't crungo someone for not voting early. You can crungo someone for not voting, but like, this virtue signaling, man. Like a vote by mail is worth more? It's actually worth less because they don't count that shit until later anyway. If anything, I want to make sure my shit is counted right away. Your shit's not going to even be added to the tabulation until the final results are in, bro. If I see you in the poll station, can you give me a $5? Here's the thing, like, I actually don't want to do that. Normally I would. After the process is done, I would. But I don't want to fuck around in the line because Elections Canada might, like, null my ballot. That shit is going to look like heavy illegal for sure. They're going to think that I'm buying your vote. Only politicians are allowed to do that. Can I tell you, I might be the most honorable man of all time, except for the fact that I'm bringing it up now. To the farmer's market yesterday. You already know how I am. Tote bag. Buy some sambal. Buy some hummus. A little maple sugar candy to give to my daughter. She eats too much of it. She goes a little crazy. You start thinking maybe RFK has a point. Maybe there shouldn't be so much sugar in the food. Then you go, broken watch is right twice a day. Let's not go crazy. I bought with some baklava, right? And then later, I was looking at my like Google Wallet statement, and the baklava that I bought, the payment said canceled. And I went, oh shit, what the hell is that? So immediately I emailed I found on Google the bakery that was at the farmer's market, and I emailed them and I said, hey, I just noticed that my payment for the baklava got canceled. Are you set up for Interac e-transfer so I can send you the money? Sorry this happened, by the way. I don't know what happened. And then they emailed me back and said, thank you for the honesty. Here's my email address for Interac e-transfer. And then I said, okay, I'll do that right away. And then I tried to set them up as a new contact, but it has 2-factor authentication sent to my wife's phone. So I had to email them back and be like, actually, I got to wait for my wife to get home, so I'll do that tonight. But thank you for your patience. But I was like, I got to make sure that I get this shit out there quickly because I do not want her to run to the media and be like, miniature Vancouver celebrity steals from local Palestinian bakery. Especially in the political climate that we're in with the election today, I can't have that hidden like global news. Did it taste good though? Yeah, I had one last night. It was really good. I was also I think this is part of why the first 2 episodes of season 2 of the rehearsal hit so hard today. Kate's fine today, but I had to take her to the ER yesterday for some stuff. And while we were in the ER waiting room, it's interesting, man. There was an older guy, and he was not having a great time. He was like groaning, and he kept saying like, I need help, please. And you look around, you start to almost have like a reverse bystander effect. He's like, I can't breathe, I need help. You're looking around and you're like, wow, this is insane, man. Everybody's just like sitting here in the waiting room looking at their phones. And this guy's going, I need help. I was like, I'm going to be the change I want to see in the world. And I was like looking around. I was about to get up. And then in my head, I kind of like played out what was going to happen. Like, what am I going to do? I'm going to walk over to this guy and go, hey, this guy needs some help, man. I don't know. This guy's sick. I think this guy might not be feeling too well. Like, we're already in the hospital, right? Like, I'm pretty sure they're aware of the fact that he's not doing so hot. And I was like, nah, I don't think they probably don't need me to advocate for him, to be honest. If we were outside of the hospital, maybe that's a different story. But like in the ER, I was like, I should probably just look at my phone. I don't feel comfortable saying he sounded like he had his shields broken in Overwatch. That's just not nice. Been to the ER in the US one time. It was like something from Assault on Precinct 13. Yeah, I mean, like, they're honestly heroes. Because it does, ours was, it's never pleasant, but it was like as close to pleasant as it can be. But some of the times we've been at the ER in Vancouver, it really is like, you're like, damn, what the fuck happened? And then you hear a nurse go by, it's like Canada Day. It's crazy out there. Drunk motherfuckers falling off their roofs nonstop. You want to hear my Taylor Swift joke? Apologies in advance if it's not funny. Okay, hey, hello, Apollo, by the way. Hello, Kory, hello. Yes, Faint Bunny, I'd love to hear your Taylor Swift joke. God, it would be sick if this was just the most fucking obscene, fucked up joke of all time. If it like isn't a pun based on some of her songs, but instead it was like, exactly, if it was like the Aristocrats, I'm ready. Me, if I was Taylor Swift, we can leave the Christmas lights up till April. Oh, I did read it in chat, but I thought it was just something that somebody sent as like an off-the-cuff sort of thing. I didn't realize. I get that it's a joke related to the fact that I still have Christmas stuff behind me. No, you're right. I'm just being honest. I mean, it was fantastic. It's just not the sound we're going for right now. But it was fantastic. Hey, another revelation this weekend. Apollo, you'll like this one. I watched Priscilla, Queen of the Desert this weekend on the bike. Well, first I watched Green Room, not Green Book, although I made that joke already in the Discord. I watched Green Room. I think I gave it a 4. Great movie. Kind of fucked up to start watching that 5:15 in the morning on the bike. Watching a dude get... I mean, she cut him open. Let's just put it that way. She cut him open in a fucking disgusting manner. And that shit is not something you don't want to see that. But the movie was good. Then I watched Priscilla, Queen. Well, I mean, he was a bad guy. Can I start by saying that? He was a bad guy. It's not like I didn't want to see him get his comeuppance, but I mean, they could have implied it, maybe. It's not like I'm saying, rip to a king. I'm just saying. Anyway, then I watched Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, which is how I found out that for 30 years, I've had Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, and Tu Wong Fu, thanks for all the fish, sincerely Julie Newmar, stuck in my head, or confused. I thought they were the same movie the whole time. I was like, when the fuck is Wesley Snipes showing up in this Australian movie? We're like 90 minutes into this 107-minute long movie. I haven't seen Patrick Swayze or Wesley Snipes yet. What the hell's going on? Yeah, they're both like drag queen movies that are road trip movies, I think. Why'd you say you'd like this one? I just thought it'd be funny to paint you as like a 90s cinephile or whatever. What do you think? What's the last thing you logged on Letterboxd, buddy? The last thing you... Did you know that sorry, I'm blowing me away a little bit. Saw on Reddit this morning Did you know that Star Wars Revenge of the Sith has a 3.9 out of 5 on Letterboxd? That's disgusting to me. At the time, may I say, I was a Revenge of the Sith apologist. Because millennials, if you are being honest with yourself, in '06, everyone was like, all of the movies, all of the prequels are garbage. And then Gen Z like brought them back. I was out there like, no, 2 of them are garbage. Revenge of the Sith is pretty good. It now being a 3.9 average on Letterboxd is fucking 3.9? 3.9? It's got, the modal review is 5 stars, man. The modal review. That's crazy. It's tied with Jaws, man. It's fucking tied with Jaws. That's not right. Jaws is better. Jaws is like 100 times better, man. Even the CGI in Jaws is better. Nightmare scene on the big screen. Boom shakalaka. No, please don't kill me. I'm too weak. I saw that scene in the theater in '06. And we were all looking at each other going like, is Mace Windu really going to believe this shit? Come on, man. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience to see. No, it's literally a twice-in-a-lifetime experience if you weren't born in 2003. Vader jockey. Not to mention, these people are the reason. No disrespect. I'm looking at my friends who have reviewed this movie. Kory, 3.5. I think honestly, 3.5 doesn't piss me off. What pisses me off is that I'm consistently above the mean, or the median to be fair, on Letterboxd. I'm like a half star above the median. And then to see a movie like Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith at a 3.9 pisses me the fuck off. Because like, well, let's see where fucking Green Room is, man. Which I just watched. It's a superior movie in every respect. That's a 3.6. Sorry, there's not enough Yoda lightsaber. Review from Chibli. No dogs died. This movie is perfect. Chibli, you should finish the movie. The review is just, it's not, you haven't finished them, or you were looking at your phone for part of it. I did not know. Maybe that's the joke. Maybe that's the joke. I don't know. Dude, that is a good sketch. I don't know if the media climate is right for it. You need to do it under a pseudonym. Chris Hansen, but he's catching cinephiles. I think you don't tell anybody else about that joke. That is a fucking great premise. And the dude like shows up and he's, show me what you got in that bag. And he's like, oh, Criterion collection of the Umbrellas of Schönberg. Why did you show up to the guys' night with the Criterion collection edition of the 400 Blows? You didn't think about bringing Wedding Crashers? I just thought they'd like to see it. I just thought it'd be nice if they saw it. Why don't you take a seat right over there? Yeah, Hideo Kojima would be cooked, man. They'd be hitting them on the head with a pumpkin or whatever they do these days. Whatever passes for due process in 2025. Conclave's at 3.9. Man, that's wild. It's wild that is adjacent. It's like right next to Revenge of the Sith. Prequel revisionism. Is that I'm trying to sound like a cinephile now. Prequel revisionism has gone too far, man. I will go ahead. I don't want to be one of those drilled tweets that's like, actually the right answer is always in the middle. This is one case where I definitely disagree with that. I think the prequels are that bad. Episode 2 is as bad as everyone says that it is. Episode 1 is worse than everyone says it is. I feel like it gets a little bit more of a pass because it's slightly more fun than the second one. But it's really like 2 scenes that are more fun, and the rest of it is just as bad. And then episode 3 is like above competent. And I will acknowledge that compared to the sequels, there's more heart in the prequels. But there's also like more heart in like Megalopolis, right? Like sometimes the auteur goes bad, Jerry. When was the last time you saw it? I think 2016. I got the first 6 Star Wars movies on Blu-ray. I'm a big believer that also, like, 4 and 5 are good movies. I think Return of the Jedi is really bad, too. One thing you can guarantee with a motherfucker like me, you can't pin me down in Star Wars. I'll make every aspect of the Star Wars fandom a little bit upset with me. I like 4. I like 5 even more. I think Return of the Jedi is worse than Revenge of the Sith. I think Revenge of the Sith is worse than people are pretending that it is. The first two prequels, not worthy of their current place in the science fiction pantheon. Like, they should be completely forgotten, in my opinion. Maybe we got a little, like, we overcorrected a little too much into prequel hate, because that was mimetic for a while, but what about 7 and 9? I thought 7 was fine at the time. 8, I really liked. Never saw 9 because they did the spiritually bankrupt thing and capitulated to haters instead of following through with the artistic vision, even if it was like not going right for the people who wanted just cultural regurgitation over and over. And then like Rogue One was good. And then I didn't see Solo because I just at some point I was just like, I think I know more about like these characters from the original trilogy than I do about like my extended family, man. I got to call up like my uncle or something and figure out what his values are before I watch like the 13th and 14th hour of Han Solo's fucking characterization. Like shit's getting ridiculous. Guy who has not seen any Taiwanese movies but thinks he knows this Taiwanese movie. You guys think this is Yi? Nope. That's going to be a problem. I don't think it's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Can I hit you with something crazy? What if this is Rush Hour 2, man? Oh, Hôpital du Val de Grâce. They're going all around the world. We can make time. Rumpin' and a stumpin' because I'm in my prime. This, I mean, it kind of looks like a Bourne movie or a John Wick or a Warehouse B13 or whatever. I don't know. Let's see what we're... Yeah, I had a feeling. You know what this looks like? How do I know this? They set up a politician with like a crystal... No, I'm thinking of this is like this is how John DeLorean went down, right? He was like, I need money to make my fucked up cars, so I'm just going to sell like cocaine or something. And then they put him in prison. Okay, I know you. You're a South Korean actor. Could you be... Nah, man. Nah, I don't know what you could be. Because I'm pretty sure this shit is not Okja. I'm pretty sure this shit is not... Mickey. Maybe it is Mickey 17 for all I know. I'm pretty sure it takes... Morgan Freeman. Lucy! Lucy, I'm home! It's crazy that Scarlett Johansson has been in 2 Ghost in the Shell movies. And you're going to say, question mark, question mark, question mark? At the end of Lucy, she becomes Bitcoin. Everything is computer. She becomes computer. She becomes like one with the network. But like instead of that kick-ass soundtrack with the chanting and stuff and the minimalist percussion, it's like, what I've done, say myself... Justin, are you here? You're probably live. Slowly but surely, we are going to grab the yoke from the pilot and steer the cultural consciousness away from Linkin Park again. We're going to do it. We just have to, we got to keep planting the seed, and then it's like a bobsled, man. You got to bank the corners. The corners got to be banked and cambered. You add an extra angle every time you go through, and eventually we're going to hit that 180. They're fine. See, look, we've already moved the Overton window. From their unassailable classic artists to they're okay. They suck shit. Kory, you're going too far. You're gonna hit the skid, man. You're gonna bit maneuver yourself. You're gonna spin out. You're gonna jackknife. When it's the Unalive Wars and I have to Linkin Park NL, well, at least you hesitated. That's a good joke, though. That's a good joke. I always wonder about the guy whose job it is to spin the turntable. That's what I wonder at at an Incubus concert, man. Like the guy whose job it is to just go like in between like chorus 1 and verse 2. The sky resembles a backlit canopy with holes cut in it. He has other jobs? I don't know. He doesn't even take his job too seriously. He's only got one headphone in. That's Kino? I kind of like it. I can recognize that I think like Incubus probably peaked in like 1997. But after Kory and I were talking Incubus a little bit during Mario Party, I was like, I went back and I listened a little bit, and I was like, it hits me. For whatever reason, it still hits me. Reliever Matt Thornton, American League Central. Sounds like 500 appearances in 8 years. Sounds like the starting pitcher sucked ass. I'm going to say it was the Chicago White Sox. Yes! I would say AL Central. In my head, I went, it's White Sox, I think it's Tigers, and I think it's Kansas City Royals. So as far as I'm concerned, you might say that was a 1 in 5. That's a 1 in 3 for a fellow like me because I don't know the other two. Heart of Dixie is a nickname associated with this U.S. state. Don't know, don't care. Kentucky. Whatever. This is, that's Brad Garrett from Everybody Loves, 100% that's Brad Garrett, and I'm pretty sure that's Timothy Chalamet, man. My goat. No! Really? Are you serious? That's Brad Garrett. That's Robert Barone. Oh, it's Jeremy Allen White. You should have told by his slightly wider jaw. Kind of looks a little bit, if you zoom out with your eyes, kind of looks like Billy Magnuson. This 2013 One Republic song. Lately, I've been losing sleep. That's called Counting Stars. Thank you, Amazon Prime, Champions of Fire, for making me play the rhythm game on my phone that had this shitty fucking song in the free previews over and over. I'd say so many of those songs live rent-free in my head. You know the one? I'm coming home. I'm gonna find my way back home to you. You know that one? I probably played the first 45 seconds of that one 500 times. Mousse, spray, wax, gel, stuff that goes in your hair. Yes, it's ironic. Get over it. To bore, to exhaust, to tire, to drain, just to sap someone's energy with a milquetoast presentation. Weary. Hair, fingerprint. I was thinking some shit with DNA in it. Tire marks. I didn't even see it. Tire marks. Plain, simple, bare, spare, devoid of accoutrement. Austere, of course. Or as I call it, devoid of accoutrement. Hair, fiber, fingerprint, tire mark. Some shit that you'd leave at a crime scene. Forensic interest at a crime scene. There you go. Okay, something's not right. Yeah, you're right. This is celebrity connections, man. The Mentat he's on sabbatical. It's not just vacation. He's on sabbatical. The Sipper. Maybe he is in the conclave. I didn't even think about that. Dude, I'm that's going to become a stim for like the next however many days it takes until they elect a pope. If I haven't talked to somebody in a long time, I'm going to be like, oh, maybe he's at the conclave. That's a good one. There are a more disconcerting pair of words in a store that sells food than natural style. It's not natural, but it has the trappings of something that is natural. I have to imagine this is cheap as fuck. I honestly think this is like $5.99. That seems insane. Well, I guess how big? 15 ounces, Wade. 15 ounces is a huge can, right? It's like some shit you shoot a firework out of. It's like a pound? What is it? Are they by weight or volume? Or doesn't... See, I'm going to ask you a fucked up question. I'm going to say something stupid like, how many fluid ounces are in a weighted ounce? But then you're going to say something like it depends on the density, some glib shit like that. And I'm going to say, okay, how about for water? Does one fluid ounce of water equals one weighted ounce? Was the imperial system designed by Aquaman? Or Wade from the Pixar movie Elemental? Why don't they have a human-centric measurement? Like a human-based model for measurement? Why is all this shit based on water, dude? Fahrenheit's based on water too, right? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe Atlantis was real. 1 liter of water weighs a kilogram? That's literally just a coincidence. It's by design. Okay, it sounds like you should be at the conclave right now, buddy. Nothing's by design, actually. I don't know, $12.99? I don't know how big an ounce is, to be honest with you, officer. $10.99? $11.99 seems like a pretty rock solid guess. We take those. I'm not buying that shit. You know what? This honest question. In fruit cocktail, like the canned fruit cocktail with like the little chunks in it, there's always like one weird red fruit that I don't know what it is. And I'm a fruit enjoyer. You can see the orange, you can see the melon sections, but what's the red cube? It's a cubed part of a cherry? That's wild to me. Cube? Yeah, they cube all the fruit in the fruit cocktail, man. Whatever, don't hit me with question marks. People in your country wear their pajamas to go out to eat. I'm not going to take any disrespect from a nation with such ridiculous sartorial standards as that. I'm 36 years old. I can stand up for myself. I can maintain some dignity in the face of a ignominious rabble. Dictionary.com, ignominious. Discreditable, humiliating, shameful, dishonorable, degrading, bearing or deserving, ignominy, contemptible. Yeah, okay. We pretty much got it. That was what I was going for, okay? Took me a second to get there, but you said the word wrong. Whatever, I'm the first person to ever say it out loud, I think. I had another joke this weekend. I got probably the most -2s I've ever gotten of all time, but I need millennials to weigh in on this one. Here's the joke, okay? It's very fast. So I ask for your undivided attention. I'm Pickle Rick James, bitch. I'm Pickle Rick James, bitch. It's hard because you gotta get there's two different windows of relevancy that have to line up to make the joke work. Yeah, I don't know what you are, man. Solomon Grundy? Oh, it was either Solomon or Marshall, man. I guess you could have been like the Philippines or something, but I mean, you're a bunch of islands. That's all I know. Redemption after a bad joke? What? Like the Mozambique Bob Dylan one? Universal, 34 million week 2. Not exactly blowing the doors off the box office, starring Matt Damon. From 2017, I would think it's possible that this is downsizing with horrendous word of mouth. A fantasy action adventure that's not The Last Duel. Oh, the Great Wall! That's not a fantasy, man. That shit actually happened. They could see it from space or whatever. Is that Pedro Pascal? Pedro Pascal was in this? Yes, he was. Listen, I do sponsored streams, okay? So I don't think it's hypocritical because when I'm doing the sponsored streams, I'm also doing them for money. So I think I understand where the actors are coming from. But I've got more respect for a upstart Pedro Pascal getting whatever work that he can versus like Matt Damon 20 years into his career, still a very bankable actor being like, I'm going to do the Great Wall. What if it's Kino? I just think that Matt Damon isn't Chinese, so he shouldn't have taken that role. That role should have gone to a hardworking Chinese actor I don't know the name of. It's representation. That's not the role? Are you telling me Matt Damon doesn't pretend to be Chinese in the movie? Matt Damon doesn't put on a Chinese accent in the movie? Oh, I forgot, it's a historical drama. They all have British accents. Is that what you want me to say? Is that what you want me to something droll like that to distract you from the drudgery of modern life this Monday morning? Don't be naive. He definitely puts on a Chinese accent. Maybe I should watch it. Sounds kind of good. 62%. Starring Dakota Johnson. It's probably the second 50 Shades movie, which is 50 Shades Freed, which is 50 Shades Darker. Yeah, this is. I almost did take 50 Shades of Black, but I think that might be like a scary movie type send up, or maybe like a Tyler Perry sort of like satire of the 50 Shades of Grey movies. I'm not sure. It is a Marlon Wayans movie, okay. Oh, man. Movie to movie. Here we go. Oh, you know what? I was going to say, here we go. Some like Amazon Prime video premiere movie that nobody's ever seen, like the one with John Cena and Aquafina. But it turns out it's 8 Mile to Narnia. So I don't know any of the British kids in Narnia. Tilda Swinton's definitely in this, though. The real question is, how can I get from Tilda Swinton to Narnia? we're just being a little silly today, you know? You know, I'm the only person laughing. Why am I the only person laughing? Oh man. She's the White Queen? I know! I'm trying to figure out how to get from Tilda Swinton to the Chronicles of Narnia, but you're not helping me. Boo, boo. This shit. Okay, so there's Eminem, Brittany Murphy, Mekhi Phifer, Anthony Mackie, Hurt Locker, Jeremy Renner. Don't go Avengers, because Avengers makes it too easy to get to Tilda Swinton. How about Mekhi Phifer? How about no, man? How about Eminem, The Interview, Randall Park? This is not smart. I'm going straight to Ant-Man. Eminem. Let's go Brittany Murphy. Don't Say a Word. Michael Douglas. Ant-Man. You gotta just make yourself laugh. I don't know. Everyone, fuck, all the people that ain't out were in Ant-Man. I don't know what you want me to say. Okay, I'm gonna flip the script and try to get to 8 Mile, man. Let me see who's in this. Oh yeah. Okay, well, no, there's some individuals in here. Like you got Ray Winstone. That takes you straight to like Sexy Beast. And from Sexy Beast, you go Ben Kingsley. Ben Kingsley, probably go Iron Man 3. And then from Iron Man 3, Robert Downey Jr. The Avengers Civil War, Paul Rudd, Ant-Man. Michael Douglas, Don't Say a Word, Brittany Murphy. No. We're doing things a little bit different today. Probably go like Ben. Well, you know, there's a lot to go on here, but go Ben Kingsley, like the Whackness. From the Whackness, I'll probably go like Famke Janssen, The Poison Rose, 2019. Trying to get to 8 Mile. Brittany Murphy, Just Married. Ashton Kutcher, The Butterfly Effect. Ethan Suplee, Remember the Titans. Denzel Washington, Philadelphia, Tom Hanks, Road to Perdition, Robert Redford, Captain America, Civil War. No, can't do that. Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Chris Evans, Captain America, Civil War, Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, Michael Douglas, Don't Say a Word, Brittany Murphy, 8 Mile, bro! Wait, where was I? I forgot. Morgan Freeman, right? Was that where I was starting from? No. Peter Stormare. Peter Stormare, the big... No, don't be stupid. Less people in this one. Fargo. Frances McDormand, Blood Simple, Dan Hedaya. There's my Dan Hedaya. Probably go Addams Family off of that one, 1991. All right, now damn, what a fit, man. From here, probably go Christina Ricci, Black Snake Moan, Samuel L. Jackson. I'd probably take that to Captain America, Winter Soldier, Chris Evans, Civil War, Paul Rudd, Ant-Man 1, Michael Douglas, Don't Say a Word, Brittany Murphy, and then that takes you to 8 Mile. Time? I've seen Pauly Shore is Dead. That's Star Fox 64. No, that's Star Fox 1, bro, on the Super Nintendo. You can tell because they're puppets. Yeah, they got the Muppet feet. They got the, you may find yourself living in a shotgun shack. You may find yourself, we're refining it, in another part of the world. They got the letting the days go by type, like lower body, you know? That's fucking. They never should have strayed from this aesthetic, man. This is so fucking sick. I grew up with the 64 version, but this aesthetic is so much cooler than the 64 version. This is sick, man. Yeah, this is sick. They do all have the Scorpion jacket from Drive. Except Pepe's rocking like the Neil Patrick Harris fit from the end of Starship Troopers, but This is some good shit, man. They should bring that back. Why can't they make another Star Fox? Apollo, are you still here? Probably not. I think I bored you for a little bit. I was watching you watch the Nintendo Direct. I'm so ready for my downvotes, by the way. Bracing myself for downvotes. That's what you say when you want to get upvotes. When you were watching the Nintendo Direct, you kept like waxing philosophical or melancholy, I should say, about how like they won't make a new F-Zero. Buddy, F-Zero fucking sucks, man. That's why they're not making another one. Take it from somebody, I own the SNES version. I bought it again when it came out for Game Boy Advance. Like, it's just, at some point, you're just like, I'm just done holding the accelerator and turning. Like, there's not much more to do, man. The aesthetic is crazy. I'll give you that. The aesthetic and the music are awesome. They'd have to really go off the beaten path to resurrect the franchise, I think. That's all racing games? No, Mario Kart is sick, man. This is why nostalgia pisses me off. In the F-Zero franchise, not even including like F-Zero 99, I'm pretty sure I have like maybe like 80 to 100 hours. As a kid, you'd just be like, I got nothing to do. I'll play whatever games I got. Even as a kid, I'd probably be like, maybe I'll give it like a 6.5. There's a lot of 6.5 games that we're not beating our meat for in 2025, saying like we need to bring back this franchise. I don't get it, man. I kind of just don't get it. Kirby's Air Ride Mogs. Well, you're not the best either. You're not that good. They should make another Animal Crossing though. Oh, the last one's only 9 years old. They could put out DLC that gives you a pink fishing rod. Shut up, buddy. Put the comfort in the bag. Animal Crossing, New Leaf. There's no business in this game. Actually, everything's affected by late-stage capitalism. So if you want your games to be cheaper, then you should be advocating for Georgian tax reform. We need a land value tax. That's the only thing that can stop Mario Kart World from being $110 Canadian. We need a land value tax. Stat. Toot sweet. What was I talking about? Sorry, I was virtue signaling. No business must be Concord. Yes, sir. Damn true. That's damn true. What was that? This game's like 5 years old now, right? What are we talking about? What am I doing? You've woken up inside of your bedchambers. Streaming doesn't exist. Twitch? Kai Cenat? These words mean nothing to you. The Carthaginians are at the gates. Rome must hold for another day. Oh! You know, man, we ever wonder, what would that be like, man? Rome's kind of cringe. I thought it was woke. People were telling me they were going balls to ass back then. Or is that just chat? We're going balls to balls? I don't even think you can do that. I mean, I just think it's not... You're off-road, let's put it that way. This is more improvisational, balls to balls. Anyway, I got to think about that for a while. Your GPS would be like recalculating, for sure. I don't know, man. Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry? Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Kingdom Come 2 Deliverance, of course. I forgot about this. Oh, it's so obvious now that I see it. Yeah. It's like the most famous game this year. I'm not your typical gamer. My house is just middle class, and every week I have to cut the grass.
Before you start watching my video, I just want to say a few words. It's just a demo. The audio's rough because I was writing it for myself.
Take me back.
And the track is still just a keyboard. But I wanted to put my ideas down on videotape so you can see what I'm trying to market. Take me back
to old YouTube, dude.
Since the time that I've made the videos, I've been working in a recording studio to get the sound that I need. I've been working on tracks.
Listen to that buzz, the pops and hisses.
I've also been working on smoothing out my rapping.
So authentic.
So pretty much if you can understand what I'm trying to market, I think once you hear my audio demo, you'll just be blazed. And rapping's a way for me to express my point of view. And in mainstream music right now, there's not a middle-class average guy telling his point of view that's white.
That's true.
Any white rapper that's out there right now claims to be from the streets of urban areas.
They do claim to be from the streets of urban areas.
I'm just a middle-class guy trying to express myself. And so hopefully by watching...
You've never seen that? This is a classic, like, old internet viral video, man.
I'm knocking on every door that I can to get my big break.
I feel like I probably saw this like 04, maybe even maybe pre-YouTube. The beat goes hard though. I forgot about the fists at the start, man. It's so good. What's crazy to me is that like this looks like a video from like 2004, which is crazy. Like YouTube videos from 2012 look nothing like YouTube videos from 2025. But this filmed video from 1987 is exactly the way they were shooting them in the mid 2000s, man. Culture moves so much faster now. Anyway, we're not going to watch the whole thing, but you got to see that, obviously.
I'm not the typical rapper that you'll meet. I don't live in a box, nor was I raised on the street. And
yes, sir.
See,
I'm not black.
I don't do drugs
and I don't smoke crack.
What's the problem with the rapper who's...
I swear, he's not going where you think he's going with this. It's not going. It's not a white supremacist rap, okay? I swear. In 03, that didn't even cross our mind that he might be taking it there, but in 2025, I can see why you would say that. He said, what's the problem with the rapper that's white? We're all just fighting for equal rights, man. We're all just fighting for equal rights. It's a progressive anthem. You wouldn't get it. You guys aren't nuanced enough for Denny Blazin' Hayes, man.
From the project doesn't mean that I can write $1 million checks.
Okay, not a whole lot of this stuff has aged super well. Like, can you stop? Cut the video. Cut the video. I don't know why he's picking a fight on people or with people that were from the projects. Most of the song is about how he has to cut the lawn and shit, okay? It's not about... He doesn't touch on race relations for too long. I would like to say he would probably regret that if he... At least he would have switched his focus a little bit. Dude, my daughter, by the way, she started to dino-mog me. There's two great my daughter stories this weekend. One is we were at a kid's bookstore. She was looking at a book with bugs in it. And she said, my favorite's the worm. What's your favorite? I said, I like the stag beetle there. And then she said, which one's the stag beetle? And I said, that beetle right there with the horns. And she said, oh, the rhino beetle. I said, damn, okay, sorry. I almost got defensive. I was almost like, well, I have a degree in biology and you're 4.5. So I think it's actually a stag beetle. But, I don't know, maybe they just did beetle unit at kindergarten or whatever. That also, we have her with like a Korean tutor. So she practices her Korean more often because we basically only speak English at home. And she really did not want to go to Korean tutor this weekend. So I had her in the car and she was like, Dad, I don't want to go to Korean class. And I was like, well, you have to go to Korean class. And please remember first, she's 4.5, okay? So if anything she says is not woke, I apologize. We're still working on like the indoctrination process. But she said, I don't want to go to Korean class. I don't want to be Korean. And I said, well, honey, you're already Korean because mommy's Korean. And instantly she went, oh no, that I missed my chance. And I started laughing because it's the funniest shit I've ever heard. And then she just made her even more upset, man. We calmed her down and we got her to the tutelage.
Today, you're going to be trying snacks from Korea. Have you ever heard of Korea?
No.
Suvi, you're Korean.
Oh.
Dino-mogged.
Hokum, a noun meaning a device used, as by showmen, to evoke a desired audience response. The word likely blends...
Isn't it? Is it? I thought hokum, this is going to sound crazy. I thought hokum was some shit used by shaman. But it might be some shit used by stage magicians now that I think about it.
Cabaletta, a noun meaning an operatic song in simple popular style, characterized by a uniform rhythm.
I could spend my whole life trying to figure out whether there's two T's in cabaletta.
Tarpaulin, a noun meaning a piece.
Some shit from the bazaar, right, Apollo?
Silhouetted, a verb meaning to represent by a.
Fantastic. If you don't know what I'm talking about, type silhouetted right now. It's a fabulous word to type. It feels like you're playing a guitar solo. It feels good to type, at least with my methodology. Some words feel good to type. Silhouetted is one of them. Especially you get a lot of speed by all the left-hand shit at the end.
Putsch, a noun meaning a secretly plotted and suddenly.
Okay. I have to verify that I'm not a robot to see my results. All right, Cloudfair. You got me. Is making me hungry? That's actually me when I see food. This is a bedpan, no disrespect. This dish is a luxurious porridge. No, it's not. No, it's not. You could have like some edible flowers or something in there. I don't know, man. Semolina? It's from Italy, maybe? Does it have to be served in a like a dog bowl? I could believe that it tastes good, but could you just put like a little, I'm not even a presentation guy, but just a little extra love into the presentation would do a lot. It does look like the shit that they eat in the Matrix. It does. And it looks like it's not the fresh shit straight out of the lever either. Like this is probably when they're cleaning up the scraps on the Nebuchadnezzar after everybody's done. Because it's got like a film on top. Anyway, sorry, it's northeast of Italy. All right, well, that seemed to make a lot of sense. That's Guryev porridge. Oh, no shit. Shit was invented in 1823. Who would have thought? Shit was once indicative of the opulence associated with the Russian elite. You know what? I'm not going to touch that one with a 10-foot pole, but that is amongst the funniest sentences I think you could have put adjacent to that fucking picture. That is... What kind of porridge were they eating in the rest of Russia that shit was like... They were like, oh, look at them with their fucking Guryev porridge. This is Guryev porridge. Flint and steel. You guys listen to the extended version of Steve's Lava Chicken? Steve's Lava Chicken on the Minecraft soundtrack is only 34 seconds, but they doubled it for the remix because it's taken off. And what did they do? They sing it twice, but they also have Jack Black say literally every catchphrase from the movie. He says chicken jockey. He says diamond armor, full set. He says, flint and steel. He says, this is a crafting table. Sort these video game consoles by how many units they've sold, starting with the most. This is always the one where you're like, nobody bought that. But then it turns out like everybody bought that. You also sold like a shit ton. You didn't sell that many, and neither did you. I don't know. I feel like there just weren't that many motherfuckers alive, circa like... the year 1977. I was going to say circa the year 2600. I believe that because you had to start the gaming revolution, I could believe that you're in last place. Now, you're all Game Boy and Game Boy Color is crazy. I'm going to do it like that. Oh, shit! I'm a fucking mentat, bro. PlayStation 3's got to be above the PlayStation? Are you fucking crazy? Everybody had the PlayStation. Took a long time for people to get $599 US. Ridge Racer, giant enemy crab. You know, you weren't there, man. You weren't there. In 95, though, PlayStation. Everyone was going crazy. Everyone was going crazy. Don't stop till you're numb is what they said. And I know what you're thinking. Nobody bought the Nintendo DS. I think maybe 154 million Angel Studios fans just paid it forward. Actually, I think my wife owns like 4 or 5 Nintendo DSs, so could just be like 30 million of her out there, which would be surprising because she's one of a kind. Man, this is crazy. People are really, I guess the stadium. I'm not saying they're eating this shit like willfully in the UK, but like hot dog with one slice of American cheese in the middle is, and calling it a cheese dog is crazy. I mean, this doesn't totally look like it gels together, but it looks pretty good. But like this looks horrendous, man. Like that, it's not proportional or anything. This is where Justin and I we were on the same page, I would say. Most of the Scrandle voters are English, which means that this looks tasty to them. Now, I acknowledge that it might be tasty, but to my Canadian eyes, it doesn't look tasty. The fish looks pretty good. I'll give you that. Left looks good. I do like the look of the left. It's a little cheaper. I also feel like you'd be spilling all over the place. I'm going to go a left on this one. 63, that's about where I would have expected. I got to be honest. I feel like this shit is like, if you're going to do a sausage sandwich wrong, this is the way to do it. More sausage, not long sausage. I'm going left by a mile. This shit just looks, I'm a carb head. This shit just looks like gloop. Insane. What do you, it's not, no, regardless of the fact that it shouldn't have beaten the left, what I'm most offended by is just the shit that this should not be 93%. That's crazy. Now, this is fucking horrible for $15. I mean, is it really just one slice of what appears to be like a Pizza Hut personal pan pizza? $15, but this does look like somebody dookied on the cookie. 2 for $5 is acceptable. Masala potatoes, $7.50. There's no, that looks fine. It's not competing with the bowl, man. The Uber bowl. I can't believe that's only at 83%. I guess because, and this is the shit that, I guess it's what makes Scrandle interesting. I always have to run it through the filter at the end of how much does the price difference matter? Because there are a lot of people out there voting in Scrandle who are like, I'd take out like a cup of diarrhea for £2.50 over something that looks good that's like £7, because at least there's £4.50 in my pocket and I could throw the diarrhea in the garbage. I think that's against the spirit of the game, personally. I think that it's kind of like, which one would you rather buy and eat, is my opinion. I don't think you could just buy the cheaper one and then put the rest of the money in your savings account or whatever. It's a factor. Well, yeah, but I don't want to get the cheap thing that I wouldn't eat versus the thing. Like if it was like, this is $1,000, then yeah, I'd take this also looks great, but let's pretend we were on the last one. Where it pisses me off is when it's like, it's $2 for diarrhea or $4 for like a sandwich that looks like a 6 out of 10. Then I'm like, I'll take the sandwich. People are like, you can't get diarrhea for $2 anymore. No, I wouldn't eat it. I would simply throw it in the trash can, but I would be saving some money. Okay, in that case, I would buy neither. Oh, that's against the spirit of the game. You're judging food, bitch. You gotta do it. It's not like, oh, I bought it, now I'll take a picture of it and throw it out. Like, you gotta put it in your gullet. So drink the diarrhea. If you're really gonna vote diarrhea, then drink the diarrhea. I wouldn't. That's why I'll put the extra £4.50 on the line to get whatever's on the anti-diarrhea. I can live with those results. But that the left legitimately look better to me. This is just obscene. I like it, but it's obscene. I'm going through it with the Canadian lens. I have, like Malf, I don't eat that much poutine, but I have a strong opinion on poutine. One of my opinions is sometimes they do too much with it, and I feel like this is kind of doing too much with it. Something that happens a lot, it kind of pisses me off, is when people like go to Canada and they're like, yeah, I've been so excited to try poutine. I went to the Toronto FC game and had a butter chicken poutine. And I'd say, okay, so you're still waiting to try your first poutine. You haven't had it. You haven't had a poutine yet. It's like getting the Philly cheesesteak, but then making like 7 substitutions or something like that. Like you haven't had the thing that you were wanting to have. It doesn't mean it's bad. I actually think that looks pretty sick. I'll take it. That was a close one though. They both look really bad. I mean, you're going to laugh. The one I would rather eat is the one on the left, because at least, like, I don't know, this is just like a mess. I feel like you need a fork to eat the burger, which is crazy. 84%, I'm crashing out, man. Okay, I'm not crashing out because right beat left. I'm crashing out because it had an 84? Really? It looked so ass, man. The hot dog had a bite out of it? That's probably from the dude who took the picture, though. I don't think it's from the dude making the shit. That looks pretty good to me. I'd go in on that. And this is like the inverse. Like, these both look pretty good, but I'm not choosing what I would rather have, I suppose, in this case. I think that the average individual is going to go for the currywurst. Because it's £3.30. You know what? Because this is the shit that pisses me off. Is that in online, all this shit gets flattened. Why am I even playing Scrandle and looking at the pictures? I should just choose whichever one has the lower price tag. I'm bringing too many factors into it. At the end of the day, in 6 months, the game is just going to be which of these numbers is smaller. Wow, you got a perfect score. My Scrandle streak. Higher percentage of households with household income over $100,000. Rural Kansas, you gotta go Milwaukee. Isn't that where like the priced out woke tech companies went to Milwaukee, right? And the anti-woke ones went to Texas. So I gotta feel like they're making like Duolingo here or something, right? A lot of Duolingos making, what do you call them if you work at Duolingo? Anyone here work at Duolingo? You call them owls? I'm owl number 732 at Duolingo. Duos, yeah, that makes sense. You know, have you seen Duolingo's stock price lately? I'm pretty sure they're waiting for a new language to be invented. By the way, I haven't seen their stock price lately. Maybe they're doing great. Are they even on are they a private company? I don't know. I have no idea. No clue. Higher percentage of people who commute by bike. This one's crazy. Because there's no doubt that New York has more cyclists, full stop. But I actually feel like, given how many people would live outside of the city to commute, or like a lot of people are going to be taking public transit because it's an option. I actually feel like it might be almost, okay, that's a crazy play. That's a crazy play. I overthought it. But I want to see the percentage. No one's biking in Omaha? I just have a hard time believing that, like, I don't know what Omaha roads look like, I guess. I wouldn't be biking in Omaha either because Warren Buffett still drives himself to work. That motherfucker's like 97. I guess that's a good point. I would make sure I am not on the bike lane at around 8:45 in the morning on a weekday in Omaha. You're playing with fire. You got your life in your own hands. Cheap rent. It's got to be not Chicago. It's north of Chicago? That's crazy. Chicago's pretty cheap relative to major cities in North America. Why? Cold? What about New York, though? New York's cold. I mean, I'm waiting for you to validate my priors. I'm waiting for you to say something like, they build more housing there. Thank you, DL Guiga. More inventory. I appreciate it. And DL Guiga, he's a Chicago head. He would know. -10 is cold? Yeah, bitch. Yeah, -10 it's fucking cold. F, not C? That's like, they're very close at that level. It's not the coldest thing you're ever going to... What are you, from Minnesota? It's -20 here. You're really doing a dick measuring contest over 10 degrees? Why don't you go watch the Golden Gophers? Oh, wait, they fucking suck ass now. They never win the fucking Frozen Four anymore. What happened? Minnesota colleges are losing hockey to fucking Michigan? To Michigan? What are you doing over there? Timberwolves are mogging the Lakers, though. Okay, it's not the Timberwolves. It's literally just Ant, okay, who might be the illegitimate son of Michael Jordan, because I saw the side-by-side, and it's very compelling. But also, Luka had simultaneous salmonella and campylobacter. So, literally, like, consider yourself lucky that he's eaten... I'm not going to say the name of the company. Suffice it to say, they should get off that shit, because... you don't know how long the boxes have been on the truck by the time they end up at your house. That's all I'm saying. You don't know how that, you don't know. All it takes is, they load the boxes a little willy-nilly. A hole gets ripped in a box, and then all the cold air leaks out. It comes to your house 10 hours later. You're like, well, the pork's kind of room temperature, but at the same time, the box was like $90, man. I can't just throw this shit in the compost. 2014, 1.4 billion views. Maybe this is that one that goes, I gotta go, I said we just need someone to lean on. Hey, hey, hey. It sounds like it's from like 1995. I can get down with that. It sounds corny. It sounds pretty corny, I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's see what we got here with the marimba. It sounds like it's from the coin game, man. Can you hear this? Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Is this is Cheerleader, which I thought was from 2015. It is corny. It's by you. Yes, okay, I know this. Also, can I say, I think this is a bad song that I don't mind hearing. Would not listen to, but don't mind hearing. But this is the worst part of the song. Isn't this like, this is the breakdown between, the best part is when he says something like, she changes wishes like a genie in a bottle. There when I want, and I will when I want. All the other girls are tempting, but I'm sorry when they're gone. This is some shit they play at the Rainforest Cafe, man. 100%, or like a animal kart racing game on Steam. This is like what they play at the Tiki Room after the parrots are done with the show when they're trying to get you to like leave the room. That's all right. It's ass on ass on ass on ass. It's not. You really, he's not wrong, okay? But they could have at least not brought out the bassoon for the vocal line. Like, they should have had it, like, way high. Like, a much, like, almost like, oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. Like, it should have been up there. It shouldn't have been, oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. Like, they need that up at the fucking top of the register, man. They don't need it down here. This is like, there's a bass bias in music, man. Deep singers haven't been popping off since, like, I don't know, whenever Rick Astley was the top fucker. You're right, it's kind of ass on ass on ass. Scott Walker, Buddy was famous for like 2 minutes in 1957, and then only nerds like us know who the fuck he is now. And maybe Matt Groening, because he put him in that Futurama movie. See the dwarves and see the giants. Which one will you choose to be? I know what you're talking about. You don't try to sneak that by me. Think I don't know who the fuck Scott Walker is? You think I thought he was like a right winger for the fucking Nashville Predators in the mid-2000s? Well, he fucking was too, but that's a different guy. Curly hair. What does he say? Take it, freeze, and saran wrap. Well, you kid. Be a 30th century man. Anyway. Something like that. Like the part where he said, shame you won't be there to see me shaking hands with Charles de Gaulle. Keep it cool and saran wrap well you can. Every singer should do the Johnny Cash thing where they pretend the guitar is a gun and they strum it at the audience. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. That's just a great... It was sick, right? Johnny Cash had some aura until he drove drunk, and then I said, I'm not fucking with him anymore. Well, on the other hand, hurt 0 people, hurt 2 cars. So maybe Johnny Cash was woke. You vote yet? No, I gotta do it after stream. I gotta cast my absolutely meaningless vote after the stream. I gotta go stand in a line for what I hope is like less than 2.5 hours just to write on a piece of paper, like... Well, I'm not gonna write on a piece of paper. It's not like I'm voting in somebody that's not running, but like they ain't gonna win in my riding, which is okay. Why didn't you early vote? The last guy was like, that's the next guy's problem. Wouldn't you know it? Now I'm the fucking next guy. Is strategic voting brain dead? You got the wrong guy. Hassan's stream is that away? I don't think it's brain dead, but I do think it's like, I mean, it's like it's an important election, but every single election that I've voted in has had the same campaign for like, you got to vote strategic for this one. Just one last strategic vote, and then you can vote with your conscience. And I'm like, the first couple of times they kind of got me, but I'm like, I just think it's going to be just going to be that forever, huh? It will never not be strategic. Well, in my writing, I kind of got it's not, I don't know if I call it the luxury of voting with my conscience. Because who knows, it might be a motherfucker like I really don't like who wins in a landslide, but I'm just going to vote for like the party that I think would do the best job. Maybe it makes me naive. I'm not going to write in vote Kanye West, okay? His name is Ye. Please, I can't even bring myself to say show some respect. I'm going to cancel out your vote with so much voter fraud. What? I thought that we were on the voter fraud side, man. Aren't we the frauders? Are you betraying me? How did you know I was voting conservative? +2. The old Reddit switcheroo. You have the look? That's fucking real. That's true. When I was at the farmer's market, I was like, these guys think I'm voting conservative. Clear plastic framed glasses, motherfuckers. The fucking, the bike hats? You know the ones I'm talking about? The European bike hats? That it's like, it doesn't even cover your full fucking head. Those plus the black, or not black plastic glasses, the clear plastic glasses. And they're looking at me with my fucking snapback and my black plastic frames. And they're going, oh, who invited the fucking conservative to the farmer's market? Buddy, I'd love to wear that hat. It doesn't work on my fuck ass head, okay? Same thing with the glasses. I tried on the clear plastic glasses. And then Kate was like, those don't look good. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm stuck with these then. I'm stuck with the damn Rivers Cuomo's, man. Plus I had a kid, so they know like I'm not woke. They were all, I know in their internal monologue, they were saying shit like, bringing a kid into this world probably won't even exist in 2026. Can I try a sample of the sambal real quick? World probably won't even exist in 2026. It's crazy. In their head, they were probably like, wow, cute kid. That comic with the guy with his hands in his pockets. I hate everybody that I see. The normal dude whistling. Give the Type A something to do. Type A release valve, Georgia O'Keeffe sandwich artist. She paint a sandwich? She painted a couple of roast beef sandwiches. Oh, don't be gross. She painted some macarons too. We respect all stars and stripes here. Stop. You can't say. I can say that. I can say that. I don't know shit about art. For all I know, she might have painted a few Italian sandwiches. Ontario is the American Midwest. No. Ontario, it's hard to explain. I think Ontario kind of defies classification by the American system. Ontario is like, it's multiple states. It's the American Northeast. And parts of Ontario are like the American Midwest, sure. Culturally, Toronto is a lot like New York, I think. Like small New York. No offense to the New Yorkers. Ottawa, I don't even know, man. I feel like Ottawa might be like Denver or something like that. Or Ottawa might be like St. Paul. Quebec City is Denver. Don't flatter Denver. No disrespect, Denver. I don't think Vancouver's LA. I think Vancouver's way more Seattle. Vancouverites think they're Angelenos. The city itself aspires to be Portland, but in actuality, it's Seattle. Offense intended, even though I really like Seattle. I mean, they're like 2 hours apart. Like, they're really close. Does Canada have a Baltimore? Hamilton, maybe? VIP Daniel, can you help me out with this? Belleville, a.k.a. Murderville, is our Baltimore. I'm not saying people don't die in Belleville. Isn't the population like 40,000 or something? Is there like an average of like a murder every 3 years or something like that? It's kind of crazy to call it Murderville. No, I don't really watch true crime. I did for a while. Well, I'll tell you two things that I think affected it, okay? One is just time as I got older. And then the other one I think is after I had a kid, it kind of like made me realize that like other people are also human beings, and I would like rather not hear about them being like brutally murdered. I would like listen to Unsolved Mysteries or something like that while I was going to bed. And I was like, oh, time to go to sleep. Then, like, these days, if I hear something like grisly within the 1 hour window of me trying to fall asleep, it fucks up, like, my whole night. Like, I, like, close my eyes and the grisly shit that I heard just keeps, like, repeating itself in my head while I'm trying to relax and go to bed. It's just deeply unpleasant. I don't think it's a red flag, but I do think, I don't know. I think it's fucked. I mean, everybody's got to feed the beast, right? I think it is fucked up to have, like, a comedy true crime podcast where, like, you're talking about somebody who's, like, in my opinion, their only existence on planet Earth was, like, snuffed out by an embodiment of evil, like a personification of evil, but you're also like, we got to sell these, like, Squarespace subscriptions or whatever. Like, that's crazy to me. Unless it was pre-1900. Because, like, horrible shit happening, like, in 1871 or something like that, I could kind of, like, distance myself from it. But, like, if that shit happened in, like, 2012, it's kind of hard for me to... It's hard for me to find the levity in the situation, I suppose. Now, 5 a.m. on the bike, I'll watch some grisly shit. That's a different story.
You leave it behind, someone else finds it. It all works out.
Did I say that out loud? Well, here we go. Let's see. Ottawa's DC. Too easy. I'm gonna stop you right there. I've never been to DC. I have a hard time believing Ottawa is like it, though. I get the government connection. Montreal is Chicago. I'm not even reading the rest. Oh, wait, well, you brought me back. Oshawa is Baltimore. Now we're talking. Calgary's Dallas. Niagara Falls is Reno. Maybe you're cooking. Maybe you're cooking a little bit. Canada doesn't have an NYC. It actually does. It's 100 Mile House, British Columbia. It's got a lot of similarities to New York City. Edmonton is Austin, Texas. You're putting, of all the Albertan metropolises, of all of the 2 Albertan metropolises, I feel like I got more Edmonton than Calgary energy, but I think you're glazing it a little bit, comparing it to Austin, Texas. Does Canada have a Miami? Yeah, I would say like Norwood, Ontario, site of the Havelock Country Jamboree. It actually might be Kelowna, that's a good point. Wasaga Beach. They actually ended the Jamboree after COVID. Apparently someone wasn't paying their creditors. Havelock Country Jamboree, kind of the original Fire Festival. A lot of great American ideas actually started overseas. Now this is a good one. Is it just me or are kids' menus goated? Maybe my palate is cooked. Speak on that, hang on. Thanks for giving me something to pull on here. Smaller portions, simplicity. Don't put a fucking like an artful air on it. Go ahead, just say you want some chicken tenders. You can say it. You can live your truth. Simplicity. Oh, the elegance of a children's menu. Mac and cheese, the most elegant food on the planet. And also, someone said smaller portions. Can I tell you that that is not exclusively an American problem, but I'm going to pretend that it's an American problem? I think what's going on. Here's my theory on American restaurants. And it's crazy. It changes a lot when you just cross the border, even though culturally our nations are very similar. I think labor is really expensive in the US. So what they do instead is they say, well, paying people is expensive, but like corn and potatoes and pasta are like insanely cheap. So what you do is the labor cost makes up like 80% of the price of the food. So all you do is double the portion size, charge like $2 extra, and then feed it to them with an unspoken wink and a nudge like this. That's like, this is actually 2 meals. I know you only ordered one thing, but there's actually there's double of what you would have expected on the plate. Almost every time I go to like an American restaurant, I'm like, man, I almost think like I would have rather paid the exact same price for less food. But whenever you say that, people go, -2, bad take. And I'm like, well, the thing is, like, I know it seems like a good deal to like eat all the food. The way I kind of look at it is like you're also like preloading like a $250,000 hospital bill. You're just sort of kicking, you're buying now but paying later, if you know what I mean. Take it home. Let me know how it works out for you. I'm just asking you to be honest with yourself. Just get leftovers. Yeah, but I don't need like 2 fucking chicken fried steaks when I order chicken fried steak. I just kind of want like 1 chicken fried steak. And then it comes to the table, it's like there's 2.
Sails down, anchors up.
Skill issue? Brother, you got nothing to lose but your chains. That's all I'm saying. Then don't go out. Don't worry. I'm not going to make it. This is in the mid-2000s. You're not going to have to wait 2 hours to get into the Chili's for the crispy chicken crispers or whatever they're called. I'll be at Dorsia, man. Eating some watercress salad that's like, it's like 2 leaves. I don't even know what watercress is. And then it's got like a fucking cauliflower puree next to it or something like that. I don't want that. My office has free lunches from delis and restaurants, and I wish I could just bring my own lunch. I think that's human. But we as people, we're I mean, I want to hit you with the obvious question, which is like, why not just bring your own lunch then? But I think that that's almost, if I may take your side, if you would allow me, it's kind of a naive question. You're not going to pack your own lunch because you get it for free from the deli and the restaurant. It's like you show me the incentives, I'll show you the outcomes. Like if your cafeteria stocked only pizza and you were like, man, I'd really like some salads, people would tell you like, just make a salad at home and bring it in. But you're like, yeah, but the pizza's there. Like eventually the systemic effects are just gonna lead to you eating more pizza than you would otherwise make for yourself. Radiant. It's radiant. It's radiant as the fucking day is long, man. What is this bullshit? Why is this enchantment even in the game? Yeah, that's... Radiant is good, though? You're back in December meta, man! Radiant doesn't mean shit anymore! You're saying some shit like, well, your cutlass can't get targeted by iceberg. It fucking sucks ass now. Chum is free with Cove? Oh, it's free. It's free, huh? So you're telling me I could buy it with $0? If I had $0, I could buy it? Because it's free, right? Tesla stock diamond hands. At this point, it's carsonbeckmiamihurricane. All I'm asking, okay? You gotta mix up the username creation algorithm, okay? Because it's always like, it's 4 words, it has the same cadence every time. Just ban them? No, they're like an all-time great chatter, man. They've said some dumb stuff. Well, glass houses, maybe. I don't know. I was talking mostly about myself. I've said some dumb stuff. Remember that time I said more people in Omaha, Nebraska commute by bike than in New York City? It was, to be fair, it was per capita, by the way. I didn't think, because there's like, I don't even know, like 20 million people in New York. So I didn't think that on an absolute quantity level that there were more Nebraskans commuting to work by bike. But I just thought like, because Omaha doesn't have a subway. So honestly, I thought that like New York, there's other, like I would rather take the subway than bike, to be honest with you, if the subway's going where I want to go. What happened to Shedeur? He must have fucked up the interview, man. And then the other thing is like, you know, there's an element of like, if you're not going to take him to be like your #1 option, then like, why would you spend like a 4th or a 5th rounder on him, you know, and invite legendary Deion Sanders media circus into your locker room, right? He left a bad review for Blueprints. Shedeur Sanders could not solve the gallery puzzle. I'll tell you that for free. Neither could you. Well, that's beside the point. We already knew that. We found out some more stuff about Shedeur this weekend, though. Heartbreaking. Shedeur Sanders caught trying to solve a puzzle under the assumption that his red note is positive. Ooh, that's gotta sting. That's gotta sting. Happy Clean Comedy Day. Thank you. I appreciate if someone brought it up. In today's world, people are often saying that people are getting way too risque with their comedy. She got me laughing. For some reason, Reddit thinks I would like the subreddit r/decadeology. It's literally, sometimes they'll have like a thread that's kind of interesting, but then it also pisses me off because sometimes the thread will be like, when did it become culturally acceptable for explicit sexuality to be in pop music. And then people are like, I think it happened around like 2017. I think like right around the time that like Blurred Lines came out, actually, I think is when people, and then someone in the comments is like, you ever hear of Janet Jackson, motherfucker? You ever hear of fucking Frederick Chopin? You ever hear of Gregorian chants? Dude, everything's so sexual and violent these days, man. It's crazy. You ever see a movie from like the 1970s? They're like shooting people with their cocks. We've regressed in terms of, we're a much more puritanical media environment than we were when I was a teenager. And there's elements of that are not that bad. Because like, it was kind of like wild in the mid-2000s. They would have like a lady on TV that's like a size 2 or something, and the hosts would be like, you're fat, which was fucked up looking back on it. So I'm glad that that stuff's not really around anymore, or at least is on hiatus. But you see, did you see how saying chai tea is socially acceptable now? I think that's good. I understand that chai also means tea, but like at the same time, who gives a fuck? It's like I always get pissed off. Some Poindexter is like, why'd you call it an ATM machine? I'm like, we really want to have this discussion? Like, people are starving. There's people that are dying, Kim. I get fired up when people say VIN number. I don't know, maybe like if I worked at a junkyard, I might feel the same way, but that just doesn't come up all that often for me. Why not just say chai, the meaning's preserved? Why not just put the tea in the cup and hand it to them? I guess is what I'm trying to say. Why not stop trying to divide us over this meaningless nonsense? Okay, never mind. Sorry. When you mog someone so bad that they surrender and then try to make you feel bad for owning them in the court of public opinion, but actually you are aware how good the burn is, so you double down? Yeah, buddy, that's what we do here, okay? I'm gonna dig my fingers into the notches of your spine till they are playing. What does he say? In the dark you will take off your clothes and they will play fingers in the notches of your spine. Something like that. Why would he say that? I don't know, man. He was on something, man. He was on chai when he made that album for sure. He was on decaf. He was off the fucking Folgers on that shit. We all know that. Some of the best artists were, by the way, back in the day. I did see Dan's review of Beethoven II, where he said something like a great sequel to a family classic. What more could you want? And then he gave it a 2.5 out of 5. That's a great review. It's the same energy as the review I was gonna leave of A Complete Unknown, which was what was. Oh, I can't even remember my own joke, man. It's like something with shittier music, like Forrest Gump with shittier music, and then a 5 out of 5. That would have been such a good review, man. That would have been an all-time great review. How about Elton John? I want to tell everybody that this is your ass. Hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I shot out the sperm. How wonderful life is with you in the world. Straight Elton John would be a good bit. But like, I don't want to get myself in trouble here. I think a lot of Elton John's most famous songs are kind of like straight songs. Like Crocodile Rock is a straight song. He and Susie were having so much fun. Holding hands and singing songs. At the something that's Straight Dude wrote them? I thought they were doing it. I thought that was kind of like a prerequisite for like a songwriter and singer tandem like that. He can do whatever he wants, by the way. It is fucked up that he would appropriate straight culture like that. Hey, you can't be singing like that, Elton. You don't know what we go through, man. You don't know. That's true. That's true. I mean, I gotta read this. It's just too long not to be read. Plus, it's the bazaar. Last weekend, we successfully potty trained my child. Very happy. Then he decided to smash my phone in an accidental tantrum. I took him with me to the phone shop to get a new one. He immediately needed a shit. They had no toilet, so he shitted in the corner of the phone shop in his potty. I spoke to the phone salesman and apologized. And as I turned around to see my son swinging his potty around in excitement, throwing shit all over the floor, windows, and display phones. Oh, brother, you've made some huge mistakes. This is a great skill, by the way. If this story is real, and I'm calling it into question, I don't know if it is or it isn't, but, and it's not like it's, you know, like you can recover from this, but you fucked up so many times. Your phone should not be in range of your child when your child's throwing a tantrum. It should like be in your pocket. You can't be having your kid poop in a potty in the corner in a public place. If they don't have a bathroom or they won't let you use the bathroom, I hate to say it, but it's like less vile for your kid to just poop in their pants than it is to have them pop a squat on their potty in the store. And it's one of those things that seems like it doesn't make sense. Like it falls apart in logic. You'd be like, at least they got a toilet. But like, I don't know. There's something about it. Like you just can't pop a squat and shit in the store. You got to shit in your pants. It's just, it's all wrong. It's all wrong. You think you could trick the devil? Well, here's what I'm thinking. What if you were like in hell, you were getting your flesh like torn asunder or whatever, right? But then you just like acted like you loved it. You were like, yeah, like tear my flesh more. They would have to have like a rendezvous, right? And be like, well, this dude is like, he's kind of getting off on what's supposed to be torture forever. So like we got to figure out what to do to torture this guy. Because like we can't just keep torturing him. This is like his heaven. So what I was thinking is that maybe if you like acted like you loved hell so much, they would send you to heaven. And they would be like, well, if hell is your heaven, heaven must be your hell. And then once you got there, surprise, bitch, unlimited Belgian waffles. This is what I put on airs for like 250 years to trick your ass, moron. And you can't, they can't send your ass back. It's double jeopardy. You can't be doomed twice for the same crime or whatever.
Rally, men! Blades to the wind!
Huh? I got an idea. That just seems right to me. It goes off, heals you a little. Oh! Thanks for the gifted subscriptions, Lucifer. Thank you. The fact that it's a flat heel is disgusting to me, by the way. But new emote. I just don't know who NetSpend is. I wish I did. I think it would be... What's the earliest day you could reasonably go to the beach? I don't know, like when it's warm enough, I guess.
The bazaar is corrupt. Let the
As a guy who's been to the beach a reasonable amount in the past few years, I do feel like I need to say, I feel like I'm not anti-beach by any stretch, but I am kind of like, I'm kind of over it for like a little bit, to be honest. I like the weather. I like the water. I really, really don't like the sand. I'm not trying to be a referencer to the Star Wars prequels, but like sand is pretty annoying. It really, like the one true thing they said was that it's rough, it's coarse, and it gets everywhere. And then you like get out of the beach, you gotta like, you're walking to the bathroom, you gotta shower off your feet so there's no more sand on it. Then you go back to the beach, you get sand on your feet again, your shoes have got sand on them. It's just like, I don't know, man. I like the outdoors, but I'm not a big sand guy. Yeah, plus you always got, it's like, you always gotta take so much stuff, right? You gotta put on sunblock, you gotta get a bag with like a bunch of toys in it, like stuff to build a sand castle, towels, a book. Oh no, a bag? I'm just saying, well, you want to carry my bag then? Why don't you carry my bag and go to some place that doesn't appeal to you? Yeah, then you got the cooler, exactly, the canopy. You reserve 2 chairs, then you come back in 45 minutes and someone took like one of your chairs, and you're like, am I really gonna get in a fight at the beach over like a chair? I don't think so, but like it's kind of, it pisses you off nonetheless. Then like you showered in the morning, and then you come back and you're like, I was just in the water. I guess I gotta shower again. Like it's a pain in the butt, man. It's a pain in the butt. I didn't do anything to Faint Bunny, by the way. If Faint Bunny just got reprimanded in chat, that's from the mods. That's not from me. Now, am I gonna admonish the mods? No, the messages were getting a little annoying, to be honest. I'm selling you, I don't need you. Paper straw, Andy? Yeah. I mean, if you had to make me choose, it'd be plastic bags by a mile, man. Because I think that I know I've gone on this rant before. I'm not trying to get invited to the Austin, Texas podcast circuit, but the substitutes for the plastic bags seem, in my opinion, they seem to be creating more waste than the plastic bags themselves did. I can deal with the paper straw. It's like almost as good as the plastic straw. Not as good, let's not lie to ourselves, but they're just plastic bags but reusable. I mean, a tote bag, sure, but the like fake plastic, aka plastic bags are illegal. Here's a legal plastic bag they give you sometimes when you order delivery, or have to get like, you know, when you forget to bring a pencil to school, so you have to use the teacher's like chewed up fucking pencil nub. When you're at Walmart and you say, I need a bag, but I didn't bring them, and then they bring you the granny panty bag, you know, the off-white mother of pearl, please reuse this bag. By the way, if you do, all your glass shit is gonna break in the parking lot bag. That's the shit that pisses me off. You should be able to give out like 100 plastic bags a day if you own a store. They should have put a cap on it, like a cap and tax, okay? What's happening in North America? We're saving the planet, brother, maybe. I don't know. That does piss me off too, because plastic bags are illegal, but everybody's putting one apple in a plastic bag and then tying it up with the fucking twist tie, man. And I'm putting all this shit, all the produce is going loose in my cart. But I can't get a shopping bag that I could then put in my garbage can to use later. I gotta buy, they're making me buy another plastic bag. It's still legal to make plastic garbage bags, but I can't use a plastic bag that I got from the store to put in my garbage bag. I'm just asking for some consistency is what I'm trying to say. Brother, use tote bags? I'm not gonna put my garbage in a tote bag! Are you crazy? That one friend who's too woke? Nah, I'm kidding. I'm misrepresenting you on purpose, but what's going on here? What's all this then? Wow, you guys were right. It's a pretty good run. Is this seriously a 10-piece? It's a good build, bro. It's a perfectly cromulent build. New shirt? You mean this whole thing? Yeah, it's new. Thank you. Subscribe to the bazaar, please. I don't know about it. I resent every button they add in the game. There should be like a Hippocratic oath for game developers, which is like you should have to pass like regulatory hurdles in order to add a new button to your game. These games these days have way too many buttons. Why does a main menu needs like 2 buttons? Solo and multiplayer, and that's it, man. Maybe settings. I'm not totally sold on that one, but let's not make too many enemies. Radiant, it's radiant. It's all radiant, radiant. Your shit can't be destroyed or slowed down. Who cares, man? Nobody cares. Radiant. It's got radiant. It's radiant. It's got protein, and it's got protein. It's plant-based protein. It's all natural ingredients. No artificial sweeteners. It's got protein in it. It's 0 sugar. It's low sugar. It's gluten-free. It's keto-friendly. It's radiant. It's got protein in it. Shut the fuck up and give me my shiny enchantment.
I'm so glad we could share this.
We're so ready, man. We're so ready. Oh, we're so ready. You gonna stream the election results tonight? Nah, a little late for my blood, honestly. Polls close at 7, right? Shit'll be popping off around 4 p.m. Pacific time for me then. I'll probably still be in line. I gotta. They close at 9:30? That's what advanced polls are for.
crew.
I mean, it's just, you gotta admit, it's fucking funny that people are virtue signaling over the manner with which they voted. We've really, like, we're trying to bring, like, 2017, what do they call it when you admonish someone for having, like, the same values as you, but it's off by, like, 0.25%? Scolding? Yeah, like, we're bringing back woke scolding for the manner of voting. I'm gonna exercise all my rights, okay? I have a voter registration card. I got ID. I'm not gonna bring that shit. I make it easy for them. Oh, lick the boots, lick the boots. I'm gonna bring an old phone bill where the address is a little bit smudged and a student ID from Queen's University 2006. And I'm gonna say, it's my right. It's my right. They got secret shoppers. Do they have secret voters? Like you go in and see if they try to violate your rights. They're literally volunteers. They knew what they were getting into. They literally volunteered for this. Actually, I don't even want to say this because they're volunteers, but I'm not going to make their job any harder because it already takes long as fuck to vote anyway. It takes a long... And the amount of time it takes some people to put a fucking X in a box when they got a sign on their lawn for who they're going to vote for. Like, they've had that shit locked up for like 2-3 months. And you are watching people go to the ballot box and you're like, what the hell are they doing, man? What are you doing in there? You just got to put one X in one box. Are you fucking flicking me? It. 1 second. Pierre Poilievre, People's Party candidate, Bloc Québécois. Send it in, dude. They might as well have it pre-filled out for you. It's that simple. You only get one vote? It depends who you ask. I am like, every time though, I'm like, why is this shit taking so long? I think if you're good at voting, they should let you do it like more than once. Yeah, why? I mean, literally, why not? I always feel like I did something wrong when I'm in and out in a couple of minutes. It was crazy, like, so, I mean, if you're voting for like city council, there was a, I shouldn't say this, but it's really funny, and also maybe it's a teachable moment. Maybe you could teach me why this phenomenon exists. But we were in line. It was like a 90-minute, 2-hour-long line to vote, right? But they have like a priority line. You're old, or you got shit to do, or whatever, or like you're lying. You can go through the priority line, which is fine. We support that, maybe. It's good. I mean, I was happy to wait to be amongst the citizenry, right? But like, we'd be like in line for 10 minutes, and we'd see someone go through the advance line. And then you'd forget that they exist, and then like 20 minutes later, you'd see them coming the other way. And you're like, damn, you're slow as fuck at voting. Like, you didn't do any research or anything until you just kind of like went into the booth and thought you would like find a name that stood out or something. Like, how does it take so long? It's like a pencil and the list. You just put an X next to the name. I don't get it. What name do you put the X next to? The ones chat tells you to, man. Lucy Maloney and Sean Orr. I mean, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm a good little soldier. That's pretty good. How you doing, Dan? How you doing? You got me. Don't flinch. Pissing me off. You got me laughing with your story this morning. You gotta work hard for streamer dopamine these days? No, I mean, I was just in the middle. I'm feeling myself today. It's not your fault. I had my own stories. Like, I was gonna tell you in your chat, but you were telling your own story, which I respected. I kind of passed a crazy skill check this weekend. I'm gonna say it sincerely. We were at the ice cream store, and we got a kid's scoop, couple adult scoops. Then also, we got they had ice cream plushies, okay? So we got a little ice cream plushie. And then the cashier was ringing me in, and then she passed me the card reader. I looked at it, and I was like, this seems too cheap, because this ice cream place is bougie. And I've eaten here a lot with my kid. I know the relative price range that like this should be in, plus the plushie on top should elevate it beyond what they put on the board, right? Or put on the reader. So I said, oh, excuse me, did you get the plushie on there? And then she said, oh, I didn't. Thanks for reminding me. And then she rang it up and it was the right amount of money. And then she said, you look really familiar. And I said, I'm a streamer. And she said, are you northernlion? And I said, I am. And she said, oh, I'm a big fan. It's nice to see you in here. And I went, thank you so much for saying that. But also in my head, I was like, I'm so happy that I corrected and didn't steal from the ice cream shop. Because now I got a double agent out there in Vancouver that's like, I met him in person and he's probably the most honorable man that exists in the 21st century. He literally saved me from getting chewed out by my boss. He stepped in and said, wait. There's been a mistake. She did not ask me for $5. She was on the clock. That would have been, probably she would have gotten chewed out for that if her manager saw her ask a customer for $5. That probably wouldn't have gone well. They're making fun of you together at the store? For what? Let's see if I didn't do anything. I did something right. I didn't do anything wrong. Did you tip? I tipped, yeah, but I don't know. It might be one of those places where like the manager takes it. It's not really, it's none of my business, I guess. But I tipped, yeah. I got recognized. How could I not? I don't want that shit going around Reddit or whatever. I'm realizing I was kind of on this weekend, man. You know what I had for lunch that I've never eaten before in my entire life? Huarache. I don't know if that's even pronounced right. It's a Mexican dish named after a sandal. I was talking about it in the Discord. And I said, have you guys ever had huarache before? Or huarache? And then Kory said, no, I haven't had it. What is it? And then I Google imaged a picture and posted it. I said, it's this right here. He said, whoa, that looks good. Where'd you get it? I said, Google images, brother. Joy emoji. Try to keep up. Oh, you walked right into it, man. I thought it was so good. The food was good too, though. The food was really good. What do you mean I hate Kory? That's a good joke, dude. Sorry, this is from Chiblee. Sorry if the furry, nothing wrong with that by the way, who left an annoying comment in my VODs and has uploaded nubby videos with the description NL has nothing on me is here, but I've hidden your comments from my YouTube channel forever. What were the comments like, Chiblee? What were the comments like? They're probably here, by the way, so you might have to answer for that, which will be really funny. Was it I'm being sincere, was it a real ban or a shadow ban, Chiblee? Because a shadow ban is so much more disrespectful. Shadow? Oh, no. That's so much worse.
Warms my rusty circuits to see that find on.
Holy cow, that's crazy. Yeah, shadow banning, I'm kind of surprised that it's like legal because it feels so damn good that they should like legislate it out. Like it's OP. There was like 4 VODs in a row where I said, if people are annoying in my comments, I hide them. They had been warned. You're well within your rights. I'll always take the streamer's side, man. We're colleagues and friends. I'm not taking the side of the annoying chatter, okay? I realize people are real and felt bad. I'm gonna undo it. I'm like that. I understand that more than the average fella, I think, Chiblee. Like, I don't know if other streamers can relate to this, but I definitely think Chiblee can. I do have a bias towards believing that the most annoying chatters are probably the people for whom being shadow banned from one of their favorite YouTube channels would also be most devastating to their lives and possibly carry a risk of some collateral damage. Which is why, like, I think it's just better for me to, like, have a clear conscience and say, you know what? YouTube comments are, they're not just for the shitters. Good people can be in there too. But I'm not gonna be in here and be like, you're a shitter. Because that's where the shitters go, man. The shitters need a place. So I'm like, and the last thing I need is I like shadow ban somebody on YouTube and then I get like a heartfelt email or something like that that I can't do anything about after that. Someone was transphobic on Twitter. I blocked them, and then they emailed me to ask why they're blocked. Oh, librarian, that's just like, that's the way it goes, man. I mean, to be honest, you pretty much, you're getting like a 2012 era like Twitter lesson. That's why I only started like muting people. Because they would tweet you something horrible, and then they'd probably, you imagine like in their head, they're like, haha, he definitely saw that. And meanwhile, I'm like blissfully living my life. I get blocking is good, like to, you know, say, hey, that's not cool. But also sometimes you're just like, you need some mental clarity as well. You must, because my mentions on Twitter historically have been pretty annoying. Yours must be a fucking cesspool, man. Yours must be disgusting. I feel for you on that one. I mean, when you wrestle with the pigs, everybody gets covered in mud. So I'm kind of saying, like, you reap what you sow, but still. There's so much good Web 1.0 stuff they could do with, like, punishment. And I'm not even talking about making people, like, their chat allowance goes down to, like, 1 letter a minute. So to type a message that's, like, a sentence long, they have to save up 45 minutes of letters. But I think you should be able, if someone's being annoying, you should be able to not ban them, but press a button that sends, like, jail bars down over their webpage. So they can't, like, interact or anything, but they can, like, still watch the stream, but it's kind of annoying. Like, there's some bars blocking the screen. They can't reach chat, like, it's simulating that they're in confinement, but you haven't really done anything to them. They'd never go for that. I know, and that's the thing, that's how you know they're cowards. Because it's like, oh, I mean, let's be honest. no, let's not, never mind, let's not be honest. No, Faint Bunny, I don't hate you, but you just gotta... You're making enemies in chat. You're making enemies in chat that have good names. You just chill a little bit. Don't worry about it too much, just chill. You don't need to try so hard, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You're enough as is. I did not say smoke a blunt. It's not legal for the streamer to say that. Even if that would mellow you out a lot. And have no side effects whatsoever. Right, actually, it would have side effects. The side effects would be like make you cooler, increase the depth and breadth of your thought, make you have better taste in media, increase your attention span. Probably not that one. Hey, stop this. The Haidilao reservationist has arrived with a sense of purpose. I think I'm not fucking with Haidilao anymore, man. Too much fucking hassle just to get some boiled meats. The restaurant is good. I want to start by saying the obvious. The restaurant is good. Just, it's stressful as fuck to eat there, man. It's always busy. You can make a reservation, but you still gotta sit in that, like, fuck-ass foyer while you wait for them to... Everybody's shouting in the foyer. There's 100 people there waiting for their table. You gotta wait till they call your name at, like, 2 decibels. Yeah, oh, thank you! Old couples walking in and then taking up the host time going like, the restaurant's really busy. We're just wondering what goes on here. I can't believe that's real as fuck. Every time I've ever been to Haidilao and waiting, there's always like an older couple that walks in and is like asking what the deal is with the restaurant. I don't know what... I mean, it's nice to be curious even in your old age, but like, they're real busy, man. Did you see the Chinese guys that reserved a VIP room at the Haidilao and pissed in the hot pot? Then the video leaked online and they had to sanitize the entire building. That's so fucking funny for someone else to do.
I don't know.
That's fucking funny. Don't get me wrong, it's extremely gross. That's disgusting. But it is also really funny. They didn't realize they pissed in it for a few days. Well, that's not as funny. Those people could have gotten really sick. And Canadians act like they're above Americans? What this shit happened in China, man? Not like... I mean, it could have happened in Kelowna, honestly. I could see it happening in Kelowna, but... I mean, let's imagine that it didn't really happen, and instead you saw it in a movie. or something. You would laugh. Like because you did in American Pie 2. You laughed when they drank the piss, right? When Stifler drank the piss, you laughed, man. You wouldn't laugh in a movie. Vince Vaughn pisses in the hot pot. Next day he comes in. A bunch of people are dipping their lamb in like a vat of boiling piss. Like,
Hello, little sentient.
I think you're virtue signaling. I've said it once. I'll say it again. I think you're virtue signaling. Sounds vile? It is vile. That's why it's fucking funny, man. I should have bought the boulder.
So will I.
You're pissing me off. You gotta watch the video. His stream is insane. I'm not watching it on stream. Maybe I'll watch it in line while I'm waiting to vote. Oh, man. You gotta check out his stream. I'll see it, okay? It's on the list. I don't know what to Google though, and is it on YouTube? Because like it seems like it would be on one of those like sketchy sites where I don't want to click the link.
I'm a people person.
This is like he's 82. Yeah, what does that even mean? I don't know, man. I feel like at 82 he'd be pissing like pretty light. He's pissing like he's got his thumb on a garden hose. That's good. There's a dull about you on Reddit? Yeah, I know you've been posting about it for 4 hours and 17 minutes. I'll see myself out. But you really have been typing it for 4 hours and 17 minutes. Chat should go on strike for a day so you know what you're missing. It would be pretty bad, for sure. It'd be pretty bad. My content would lose a lot. I would probably just be... I'd be Let's Playing again. Alright, that was fun. My bad. I should learn. I should learn. Rally, man. Here's the thing about me. I'm different. I'm not like other streamers. I want to take the tyrant's whole kingdom. I think that's fucking real, what you're saying, by the way. What are they saying? For those of you at home without chat, they said I would scab and talk immediately. And I know that that's right. Here's the thing, is if nobody was chatting, the incentive to break the boycott would go crazy, man. I wouldn't mind seeing if there's a large sub out there. Shut the fuck up, by the way.
Is talking fast.
Nah.
Was it too heavy? They tell me it's a problem.
What about a large dom? I'm talking about a sandwich. Stop typing dots. I don't have anything to riff off of. I really hope my submarine can do enough damage to stop this dually. You know, dually looks really good in this patch. Maybe one day I should get dually for myself. I do have enough gems to get dually. It'd be really nice for me to get dually. Ah! Why do you hate me? Why do you hate me? They hate me. They hate me. Genius Pewd strikes again. Actually, this is kind of sick. Because, like, I'm going to make, like, a mistake here, and you're going to be like, why'd you do that? Like, for example, instead of taking an enchantment, guess what? 20 gold and 5 XP.
Now, follow it to your future. Rally men,
Oh, I bet that stung. I bet that stung to not be able to type anything when I did that. When I made a mistake like that, I bet that... Oh, man, you should see your face. You should see your face. Oh, still a bunch of dots. Oh, silencer's such a good upgrade. Oops. Oops, I put it on the shadow cloak instead, man. For like 2 extra damage per trigger or something. Oh, shit, they're good, man. They're good. You guys ever see Green Room? What character do you think you'd be in Green Room? And if you say I'm Patrick Stewart because I'm bald, you get banned. The dog? Someone chatted. Someone chatted. Chat, did you see that? Someone chatted. Get him. This is fucked up, man. I feel persecuted right now.
Let's take the tyrant's whole kingdom!
Hand speed. Snapped your jaw up like a Pez dispenser. Now you're seeing stars. Now you're seeing stars. I'm dancing around you. You're seeing 3 or 4 of me. It's already too late. I've kicked you in the back of the knee and taken you to the ground and immobilized you in a citizen's arrest. I do not, there's no more need for violence. The first thing they teach you at Kung Fu class is you should only hit them and hurt them as much as is necessary as to get out of the fight. Whatever, I don't have to talk. I don't have to talk. I get paid the same whether I talk or not. I just sit here and say, you want to say nothing? I can say nothing too. I do keep looking over to see if some, but you had to type to call me out for looking over to see if someone typed. So we're both in the Ouroboros of bullshit, okay? Hey, whoa, someone broke the strike. Someone broke the strike. Hey guys, who's your favorite Fire Emblem character? Alex Zelkov from Engage and Lucas from SOV.
You should know.
Go back to silence, please. Faint Bunny, are you around? Are you Faint Bunny? Are you here?
All of this is just training.
Faint Bunny, I need you. Okay, we got time for one more real quick. Slash marker. Guys, I just feel like they didn't give me a shiny silencer. I kind of just don't want to play the run. I'm gonna though. Go Obsidian Honing Steel. We'll go weapon spam.
The smaller the portions, the finer the beam. Remember,
Thusly.
Diamonds come in small.
This is like a just in case me.
Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless.
Is that what you want? You want me to cry? You want me to cry because you're not chatting? I'll cry. I'll cry. If you think that would make you happy, then sure, I'll cry.
You're a smart one.
It hurts so bad. Nah. We mogged this. I've been being ignored for years, man. Frankly, the dots are kind of like an improvement.
Is that even a battle?
Some of the shit you guys are writing. Is a hot dog a sandwich? People tweeting me death threats, Twitter handles, shit like communist brony. And I'm like, don't tweet me a death threat. You're 12. And they're like, I'm not 12. I'm a 37-year-old CEO of a small business empire in the American Midwest. And then bring it up on stream 10 years later. They're like, yeah, sorry, I tweeted that shit. I was 12. And I'm like, I know, man. I know. You don't own any storage facilities. You don't have any self-storage facilities. I knew it's already been known. So close to breaking? But you had to type to tell me I was so close to breaking, man. I'm just thinking about what would go hardest in the librarian video that will be made from this phenomenon. Problem is, no matter what I say, he can just edit it to be like I'm gonna say the title's definitely gonna be like 40-year-old bald man loses his mind without chat to guide him. But now that I said that, he can just change the title or not put that shit in the video. You know what I mean? That seems fucked up to me. That doesn't seem fair. You're not 40 though? I might be by the time this fucking fight's over. To be honest with you. I got a laugh out of that one. I saw it. +2. Oh, man. Too easy.
Now this.
Yeah, am I diagnosed 40? Yeah, diagnosed 40 ounces of malt liquor in my hand right now, please. Little man.
You might prefer our Argentis training.
Yes, sir.
There are greater trainers.
That's what I'm
than
talking.
me.
I'm feeding.
I'm just getting you ready for them.
I'm feeding myself. Now you might. I'm not nailing it right off the bat. Okay, but you got to remember, I recorded a lot of Isaac episodes in my day. A lot of Isaac episodes. On the planet, I might be in the top 0.01% of motherfuckers who can just talk to themselves. And I'm not being facetious. Like, I'm literally proof positive of it right now. I'm keeping it going as we speak. You're fucking ass, dude. You're done. You're done. You need to join the party, toot sweet. But first, let's go double up on a piranha real quick. Shower debates must go crazy. I have a clear mind in the shower. Also, I think I don't have time to debate in the shower because my debates are long as fuck because I'm rhetorically honest. And my showers are done in like, I'm talking like 7-8 minutes. And yeah, you're gonna say that's not fair, you're bald. I'm like, I know it's not fair. You gotta take that shit up with God Almighty. Through whom, by the way, all things are possible, as we all know. I'm just saying I didn't choose to be bald. If I could have drafted traits, like in the character creator, I wouldn't have taken bald. I would have taken 4 inches taller. Any taller than that, it might have been weird. Might sound crazy. I think I would have specced out of strength a little bit and put more into like agi, to be honest. Strength's kind of overrated in the modern day. Because I don't work on the farm. You know what I mean? Agility, though, it's nice to be quick with it. Well, okay, if bald gave me an affliction, but it also gave me 1 stat point to allocate however I chose, then yeah, I would choose bald. Because bald is something like, it's like when you get an RPG and they're like, yeah, you can have like flame weaving, but you'll also get the hungry debuff. Requires food 8% faster. And you're like, buddy, by the time that triggers once, I'm literally gonna uninstall the game. So I'm not too concerned about it. Just put the fireball in the bag, okay? It's crazy how much I'm mogging the silence in chat right now. I've gotten the upper hand on you. And I could pretty much do this all day. It's actually, I think it's better this way, that you can create the fire from within rather than relying on the heat of others. That's gonna be a motherfucking problem in the future. I might be able to stream with the chat closed, man. I didn't even realize. I falsely believed that I was relying on you guys. I didn't realize that shit just is like an endless font from within. Oh, miss you. You know what's funny, like, to me right now? Is to imagine the type of person that's, like, at work right now, and they could be, like, doing some work, but they're instead just typing dots into the chat. Like, or it's at, maybe it's even worse if they're not at work, but it's pretty bad either way. That's me. Welcome to the light side, brother. You've now typed in chat. You've scabbed. You're out here with those who own the means of production. What's this new voice? This is the voice when I don't have chat to rely on to get bits. I've code switched to Dennis Miller. It's a secret to just yapping by yourself. I think just not being quiet is like, you can literally just say anything. Like, I don't know what the next thing that's going to come out of my mouth is, but you don't need inspiration. The inspiration can strike you like halfway through a sentence. You ever think it's weird how many English words have dual meanings? Like, why is inspiration something that strikes you creatively, but also like some shit you do when you need oxygen? It just doesn't, like, there's an infinite amount of words that can be created from the 26 character alphabet. Why are we hobbling ourselves by having one word mean multiple things? It doesn't make sense to me. Then again, you know what? I'm not King Sejong. I've never made a language for myself. Maybe there's a purpose to that. Maybe if we had to put, one second, I'm gonna get rigged. Riggy diggy do incoming. If I had to make my own language, I'll tell you one thing. The first thing I would do if I made my own language, I would put you and me together. And then after that, well, then I guess the hard work starts after that, now that I think about it. I don't really know what I would do after that. The question marks are not going to faze me, man. I'm used to being ahead of the curve. I'm used to people mistaking genius for insanity, to be honest. What I'm not really used to is, oh no, you get it and you transform it. Now I don't have you guys distracting me. I've unlocked my true potential as a gamer. Holy shit, this is so much better, dude. Thank you. You've saved my life. That's actually not very good, but fuck, marry, kill. Marge Simpson. Marge Simpson, Lois Griffin, and the alien from American Dad. Roger. Roger. That was my answer to the first two. And I think I would kill Lois. She's always, I don't know, she's just nag, Peter Griffin.
I did. I'm a hexer.
He's always trying to do some shit. He's always trying to take a swing, and she's always like, go to your work or whatever. I haven't seen Family Guy in a long time. Maybe she's chill. I always thought she was kind of like Skylar White, but maybe she's more like Peg Bundy or something. I'm not sure. Long Saddam. Saddam Hussein hiding in the tunnel the long way. Oh, man. Okay, 1 second here. What's your favorite poem? Can't remember how it ends, but it starts with "There must be a man from Nantucket." It's kind of a body horror type thing. I don't want to spoil it for you. You should look it up. Howl's pretty good too. I don't know. I kind of like Lawrence Ferlinghetti's got some interesting stuff. Stephanie Meyer, she's done a lot of interesting work in the poetry space. Hang on. Oh! Is chance a good example of how the thin veneer of society can collapse in a moment? I think about that sometimes. I'm not going to ask you a rhetorical question, Chat, because you don't deserve it. How fast? I'm asking myself the rhetorical question. Don't get excited. How fast do you think society would fall apart if the power went out worldwide, and we didn't think it was coming back? I think, my personal opinion, I think I have more faith in the world than the average 21-year-old who spends all day online. I think humanity would get it back on track, but I do think that it would be the first day, people would be like, this is kind of fun. This is like camping. And then the second day, people would be like, it doesn't feel like camping anymore. It's getting a little scary. And then the third day, I think, would be like the purge. I think the third day would be really bad. And then I think like it would burn itself out after like a couple of months, and then like society might normalize a little bit, but you would never look at your neighbors the same, for sure. Like you would, now that you realize like the darkness that's inside of some of the people that we were just rubbing shoulders with on a daily basis, it would be hard to go back. Let's put it that way. But interesting to think about, though. Kind of like a fantasy of mine. Is like being like the leader of a compound after the world ended or something like that. I think that would really, I'd excel at that role. I think I'd be like dynamite at that role. They were panic buying in Spain after 2 hours. Well, that's the thing, is you don't want to panic buy, but you also don't want to be, you don't want to incite the riot, but you also don't want to be the dude who starts to panic buy too late, right? Worst case scenario, I'm still wiping my ass with 2020 toilet paper. It's not like it goes bad. It's Justin. It's that easy. It's that easy, man. It's nice to be the type of fella that you can just talk about whatever you want. I want to, though, but I want to. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about instead of talking about whatever chat wants you to talk about, because they all want you to talk about. So, hey, did you see the rhinoceros with the big balls on Twitter this weekend? Instead, I could talk about some shit that's like actually meaningful to me, man. You know what really resonated with me with episode 1 of season 2 of the Rehearsal? It's not the rhino with the big balls. I have no spoilers, please. It was the conversation that he was having with himself about trying to do something meaningful with your work when your work is in the comedy adjacent space. I thought that was interesting. Because I think, I mean, I'm not putting myself up against Nathan Fielder in a measuring contest. I mean, I'll bring the ruler, he can bring the meter stick as far as I'm concerned, and I'll resign. I'd be happy to get a bronze medal in that competition, to be fair. My dick's not that big. Not that long. It's not that wide either, but it's wider than it is long, is the important part. I don't know how you got me talking about this, but regardless, I've been the clown with his leg under the tire, man, and everybody else is going, what a good bid, what a good bid. They didn't respect it. Because that salmonella and campylobacter did almost kill me. My leg was rotting off. And now I got a bone to pick with you. We're like 3 years on from that, 2 or 3 years on from that. And now people are using it as a joke. They're saying stuff like, you almost died, lol. But I really did almost die. But there really was artifice in it, but it really was... It really was genuine, too. It really was genuine. There's an artificial genuinity and a genuine artifice. Justin, fuck, marry, kill. Okay. Hang on, I gotta think about this. Justin, never have I ever eaten Ethiopian food. I'm putting my hand up because I have. Come on, Justin, my good friend Justin. Don't you want to talk to me? Yeah, if you're just joining us, chat's on strike. But I don't know why, really, because there's no demands. Like, there's never been a demand issue or anything. It's kind of, I guess they're just doing it to, like, it's kind of like a proactive strike. It's like this is what's going to happen if you mistreat us or something. So that I respect your collective bargaining or whatever. I'm feared from here to Pelago. Just a bit, I guess. It was a little Trump-esque. Yeah, it's kind of like a Trump-style tariff, I guess. But I can tank it. It would be funny to give subs to all the protesters, man. Be like, show up with the pizza boxes, but instead of pizza boxes, it's gifted subscriptions.
Go ahead. Underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Damn, he just keeps getting taller, man. New Robert Kirkman Walking Dead Telltale Games HBO show announcement via Blue Sky. Tesla Stalker Diamond Hands. You got some... That's a fucking cellar door right there. Holy shit, man. Hang on, I'm dying? I gotta scroll up and see that again. No, never mind, I own you? Because you're not asking me which one of the Sanders brothers I would blow my back out for. The answer is Bernie, obviously. Let me see what the hell you said. I want to make sure I got it right, okay? React to new Robert Kirkman Walking Dead Telltale Games HBO show announcement. That's a... Blue Sky. That's a great comment. Rip Dennis Miller. He would have loved Shedeur Sanders falling in the draft. It's the most that a Sanders has dodged the draft since Bernie pretended to be a conscientious objector in Vietnam. But I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anybody else think that my balls smell like my ass? You know what I'm talking about? Justin, you strike me as a big Dennis Miller guy. You strike me as a big millhead. I saw him live once. I unironically used to be, when I was like 11, I was like, Dennis Miller's probably the funniest guy on the planet. Here's our demands to end the strike. Okay, here's I counter offer with, I'm not reading that shit and you can sit and spin. How's that? Those are my demands. We don't negotiate with terrorists. There they go. Demands seated. What happened to this chat? I don't know, man. It's pretty annoying. I was hoping at some point you would you'd pick up on the subtext that it's just is more annoying this way than like the normal way, but it's actually just so much worse. Like it's giving like we don't want to do homework, so we're gonna have a strike at school, but then the teacher's got to be like, you're in the 12th grade. Like, you can't be doing... It's just kind of, like... I don't know, like, naive, I guess? It's just weird. We're starting a chatters union? What are we doing here? Like, how much... There's no, like... Justin, can you talk to them? Can you be, like, union rep, man? Because, like, there's no... I don't know what they want. It's, like... There's no payoff. There's no payoff to the bid. Don't bother. No, man. Like, what are they doing? There's no anything. We want Poke Doku? Okay, then watch a streamer that plays Poke Doku, man. I don't understand. No, we don't. Look at this. You're even fighting amongst yourselves. Nah, YouTube chat is even worse. You ever see Twitch chat? Listen, I don't think this striking bit. I mean, I think it was good for like 5 minutes, but now it's been going on for like 45 minutes. It's just getting a little crazy. But at least you're taking swings. So I'll always admire the swing. YouTube chat is insane, man. Have you ever seen like the difference between a streamer's chat when they multi-stream on YouTube versus their chat on Twitch? It's crazy. Finally. Yeah, and they have like their real name attached to the account. It's maybe it's kind of sick actually. What would Georgia O'Keefe's Subway order be? I'd say roast beef. Pussy on rye, Bob. I don't know, why does this sound so much better when you just put when you add a pretend you're on a game show. Oh man. Is it okay if I role play an Arma? Justin, you know what would be a funny bit? What if we went deep undercover into like an Arma server and we like made them our best friends and we made them, we were like talked about shit. We were like, yeah, I was fucking, oh, I had the fucking tactical, I don't know what they talk about, okay? But then like after like, I'm talking like 5 or 6 years of this shit, like following the chain of command where they're like, safety's on. We're only doing recon right here. And then like us never breaking character. We just get in like a tank together and then we start role playing like sucking each other off. Like out of nowhere after like 6 years. Oh, permission to insert your penis into my mouth, sir? Permission granted. Opening fly to 90% open position. Over. That was ranked! All right, I gotta go, man. I gotta go. I gotta do my civic duty. Let me see if Kate's ready to stream here. Hello. Are you ready to stream? Can we get some chest openings, King? What is chest openings? Is that like a yoga thing? Like a fake, like your holistic, like a fake exercise thing? Oh, like from Alien. Oh, you mean in the bazaar? I thought you were talking about doing like some breath work or something. It's okay, I do fake exercise. Like this morning, I did 90 minutes of Zone 2. It's fake, man. Had to watch the episodes of the rehearsal, though. How long you hanging in Zone 2? As long as it takes, brother. You know what's crazy? I'm going to hit you with something insane. After this long doing it, the 3-hour rides feel shorter than the 90-minute rides. I know it sounds crazy. Like the 90-minute ride is like, oh. Because you might say that 90 minutes is half the time, but it's not true. It's a full ride. Whereas 30 minutes, or 3 hours, sorry, is also a full ride. So they're actually the same amount of time. The only difference is like 1 movie or 2 movies. Sometimes watching 1 movie feels like it's... Watching 2 movies is only like 1.5 times as long as watching 1 movie is what I'm trying to say. Because once you get the movie momentum, like... You could just keep it rolling. Sometimes at the end of the 3 hours, I'm like, damn, I should watch another movie today. Usually doesn't happen, though. Plus, you got to pick 2 90-minute movies, which are increasingly hard to find, to be honest. Anyway, I'll send you over. Later. Gay Bob Dylan would be like, he sucks cock just like a man. Oh, he gawks just like a man. The last one to be like, yes, he does. He guzzles cum just like a man. Plug his mic in. Woody Guthrie at the fucking Newport Folk Festival. Don't do it, Bob. Don't go gay. I'm doing it. Once upon a time, you touched my balls. Didn't you? Dicking you? Boo! Boo! Bob Dylan went gay! He went gay! That's so true. Gay Bob Dylan. A man in me would do nearly any ass. And then there's, it writes itself after that point. You're so true. My girl going through my phone. What the hell is this? Title, Gay Hurricane. Pissing coming out in a gay night. Enter my boyfriend from the upper hall. He gives me a glass from a bowl of cum. Shouts out, my God, I've come a lot. Here comes the story of the hurricane. I'm not gonna say it, it's a different song. It's a distinct song, okay? It's like instead of the song Sarah, it was like about, Daryl, Grecian type statue with a hell of a cock. Daryl, now that you got me, you don't need a sock. Something like that.